Good evening. Right, just checking on me. Stuff works. Let's have a look. Are we on? Yeah, we're on. Up and running. Right, we can hear Alex, so I'm gonna I'll turn Alex down. You having that? I do. Normally he says, I do. Wednesday webinar number 14. Better late than never. Right. Number 14. What we got today? Why do dogs bark? And how to fix it. Oh, I popped. Do you bark? You bark.
About pigeons.
You bark at pigeons.
That's it.
Right, so does your dog bark at everything? Window, other dogs, you, pigeons. What else was it?
Going on walks.
What was
Or like getting stuff out for walks, like leads.
it? Do they bark when you get your leads out? Do they bark when you're playing on your swing? Probably don't. But is it annoying? Yeah. But what you've got is every dog does it. You're not alone. Every dog barks, and your dog is not being annoying. Right? In this webinar, I'm going to show you why they bark. Tell you why they bark. Different types of barking, and how to fix it the proper way. Right? While I have a coffee and some bickies. So stay on, have a look, have a listen, because in a bit I'll explain why one simple mistake, what everyone does, what most people do, make it worse. Make it worse. I don't know how Lizzie's going to cook quietly.
Wow.
So what we've got is we're barking. We need to understand what barking is. Right? What is it? What's barking? Right? It's a communication. Right? Bark, bark, bark is talking. It's communicating. Right? It's like kids. I can't see you, so you're right. I can't see the face you're putting. It's like kids. Why do they moan? Why do they whinge? Because it's communicating. Right? It is rude. Normal. Kids are normal, right? So barking is communicating. You can't stop it. You won't get a dog that won't ever bark. You're just controlling it and redirecting it. So barking, the more and more I said barking, more sounds like barking. The more and more you control it and redirect it, the less they bark. Right? So if we understand why, we can fix it. Right. So why do they bark? We've got alert barking. Alert barking is something's triggered them. Noises, movement, postman, a window, a door, someone in the garden, pigeons, squirrels. Right? Not allowed to say pigeons or squirrels. Right? Your dog is basically saying, there's something there. I'm telling you, there's something over there. Bark, bark, bark. There it is. Right? But it's like, they're just telling us that there's something there. Right? And it's just not daft and stubborn behaviour. It's just completely normal behaviour. Your dog is just talking to you, telling you there's something there. Did you see it? First thing we got to do is acknowledge it. Yeah, that's right. But every time they see it, they're going to keep barking. Right? All we do with the alert barking is we just redirect. Redirect. Right? Postman, for example, every time your dog, every time the postman comes, your dog hears them, triggered by noise or movement, hears them, starts barking. Right? They'll bark, blah, 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 blah. Right? How about we acknowledge it? Yep, postman's here. We redirect it. Every time the postman comes, and as soon as they start barking, we do training for a few seconds. But we're not rewarding any barking, we're redirecting. And we're giving them a treat for something else. Eventually, by acknowledging the postman's there, they will skip the barking and go straight to the treat. So the postman's here. Postman means chicken. Instead of postman means bark, bark gets shouted at. Postman means training, means food. It's the association of it as well. That's just the alert barking. Alert. It's going to make them jump. Oh, what's that? What's that bark? Right, pigeons. Pigeons, postman, squirrel, any noises, movements, something going past your window. Something in your garden, innit? You look at frustration barking. That's a big one because they can't get to it. Right? They can't just get to it. Something in someone else's garden. Something in someone else's garden. Right? Leads. When they're pulling on the leads, you just can't get to it. It's the bark. Yeah, other side of the fence, the bark. It's like a toddler having a tantrum because they just can't get what they want. Right? There's a chocolate. Now to fix this, it's all about rewarding patience. Right? If they can't get to something and they keep pulling, you get blown up. Like play Roblox. Play Roblox and you got deaded. So it's if your dog is pulling to get to something, then we don't reward them by getting to something. We teach patience. We do something calm. And we stop. And next time they'll get used to if I pull or if I bark to get somewhere and my owner doesn't go, then I'll stop doing it. So teaching patience and rewarding calm before you set off will get you there quicker. Reactivity barking. Very common, very popular. Barking at dogs, people on walks. Now, is it excitement? Is it fear? Yeah, this is a big one where a lot of people struggle. A lot of people shout at the dogs. A lot of people will say yeses and yeses. A lot of people say, no, stop it. Don't bark, stop barking, stop it. Does it work? No, it doesn't work. That's why we keep doing it. Right? Now, when I do my training, and when we do a lot of training, we look at the 3Ds, the distance, the duration, and the distraction, right? And this is where you can fix the reactivity barking. Right? 3Ds. Right. Back a minute. The 3Ds, distance. If you're too close, they're going to bark. Duration. If you're there for too long, they're going to bark. Distraction. If it's very distracting, they're going to bark. So work on your 3Ds. Increase your distance. Decrease your duration. Go somewhere different. Right? Never ever shout. Stop it. Never ever shout. No. Because it just doesn't work. Work on engagement. Last week's video, I think. Maybe a week before. Look at engagement. Get yourself involved with your dog before you leave the house. Do some training, do some playing, do some whatever. Building focus reduces barking. Attention barking. Very common. Barking for attention. If your dog barks and you respond, you've trained them to bark. So if your dog's barking and you then do something afterwards that gets them a reward or gets them recognition, they've been trained to bark. You've trained them to bark. Something beeped then. Something beeped. I need to check my beeps. Yeah, no, I'm checking my beeps. Yeah, it's still on. Just in case it knocked my microphone off. But attention bark is barking at you. Right? And this is a learned behaviour. Right? If your dog barks and you do something, you've trained them to bark. Ignore it. Reward quiet. Reward the silence. Reward what you want from your dog. Reward quiet. Ignoring barking is one of the hardest things to do ever. Good luck with that one. Common problems. Common mistakes. Shouting. Doesn't work. Shouting doesn't work. Trying different things over a short period of time doesn't work. Be consistent. 1, with your actions. 2, with your commands, which are not called commands now, that's called verbal cues. Right? Don't reward the barking. Right? And make sure all your rewards are timed correctly. Most barking issues are not issues. They're just training problems. Just training. Now what you've got is, just by looking at the different types of barking, there's lots of others. Lots of other types of barking. But the main four: alert. What is it? Where is it? What's happened? Frustration. I need to get to it. Right? Reactivity. There's a dog. Bark, bark, bark. Right? And attention barking. Oh, if I bark, I get stuff. Right? There's lots of others. Try and think of why your dog barks. There's the simple ones: fear, pain, anxiety, that sort of thing, all different types. But these are the 4 real main ones. You can tell when your dog's in pain, you can tell when your dog's a bit anxious, you can tell when your dog doesn't want to do it, and they bark for them sort of reasons. They're easy to see and easy to not solve but follow on. But the main ones, they bark and we don't know why. So listen to your dog barking to see if you can identify which one it is. You can't fix barking if you don't know which one it is. If there is a pattern, interrupt it calmly. The pattern is the postman comes at 11 o'clock every morning. Your dog barks at 11 o'clock every morning. How about we do some training at 5 to 11, till 5 past 11? So as the postman's coming, we're actually busy. Redirect behaviour. So if your dog's focusing on you, but they're not pulling, barking, or doing stuff with other dogs and other people, create an alternative behaviour. When I used to do the training and the courses, I used to call them mutually exclusive behaviours. Instead of this, do this. Right? You do it for jumping. Instead of jumping, do a sit. Simple. Right? Reward calm. Always reward what you want your dog to do. So if your dog's quiet, reward them. Right? So try something today, tomorrow, next week, whenever, right? Wait for the bark. When it stops, put food in. Right? Wait for the bark. When it stops, put food in. Unless you've got a collie, wait for the bark. When it stops, throw the tennis ball. Right? Now what you're teaching is that when the dog stops barking, they get the reward. A lot of people will bark, 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 give them stuff. Bark, 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 give them stuff. and that's rewarding the bark, which is the opposite to what we want. So what we're doing is we're teaching our dog, if you're quiet, you get what you want. Right? Now, please remember that every dog barks for a reason. There's never no reason. They're always talking, always communicating. But once you can understand it, you can change it. Right? Poppy there. Poppy's come to say hello.
Hello, Papa.
Here, Pops. Poppy. Poppy. Come here. Poppy come to say hello. Come on then.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, Papa. Look, no barking. Nice and quiet.
You're the box one.
Hello. Hello. Go on then. So Poppy's come to say hello. So dogs bark for a reason. Work out what it is, and you can work out how to reduce it. Right? Now, if you have got any problems with barking, message me. We can look into it. Don't want to use the word deep dive, but you can look into each individual barking to work out, why does my dog do it? Is there a routine? Is there a pattern? What can we do to break it down? Message me with any queries. Hopefully, you might have learned one thing. If you learn one thing, it's one thing more than you knew. So message me with any queries, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon. A lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.